and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Today's show is for the animal lovers out there because we'll be speaking about animal communication, their nature and their connection with their owner. Our guests tonight are Dima Yeremenko, a dog trainer, Jackie Weaver, celebrity pet communicator, Sandra Strong, who trains dogs for film and TV, and Carla, who looks after a bit of a moody dog called Toby. Later on, we'll also be joined by our in-house fashionista, Lisa Marie, who'll be showing us ways to brighten up our wardrobe, even though this crazy we've been having that we just can't seem to make up its mind. And last but not least, we'll also have our makeup tip of the week by Flavia Lil from the US. But let's first say hello to our first guest, which is Dima. And he's from the Good Boy Dog School, who's also brought along George. Hello, George and Dima. How are you?
Yes, hi there. Thanks for having us on the show.
You're very welcome. We also have Jackie Weaver as well, who's the pet communicator.
Hi.
Right? So we've actually, first of all, we've got a video to show you of what Dima does. So let's go to that video first.
Hi Chris, I'm right now in a park which is located in North London, which is also part of the Good Boy Dog School, which was founded by Dima. Can you tell me a little bit about your school? What do you promote?
Right, it's, well, we are probably the first one and the only hand feeding school in London, so this is our main technique.
What kind of activities do you do with the dogs?
Right, well, the saying goes, as simple as a walk in a park. In a minute you will see what it takes to walk such a big pack of dogs in the park, and well, it does take a bit of a skill and a bit of experience, and of course, well, a lot of hard work, but it pays off. But you will see it's greatly enjoyable and it's hugely stimulating. Another important skill that every dog must possess is how to deal with temptations, and so we'll put it in front of each dog, asking them to wait and not touch it until they're told to do so.
Now I'm going to ask the dog to eat. So go! Okay. And that's it from myself. Don't forget that if you need any help or advice, you can always contact the Good Boy Dog School. Now back to you in the studio, Chris.
How cute. That was adorable.
That's a lovely footage. Well, your regular boring day in the office.
Gosh, you must really love your work then.
Oh well.
I'd love to do that every day.
How can you not love
Yeah.
this?
So how long does it take you to actually train dogs in that way?
Well, there is no kind of a time shown on it, so it might take anything from 5 seconds to, I don't know, never, really.
Now you have brought George along because it's going to show us a couple of tricks in
well,
just a
yes,
moment, right?
Sure, if you'd like.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, let me just let's see a trick first of all before we speak to Jackie.
Georgie,
so some of this we saw in the video.
Right, there, Georgie.
Now we are crazy to bring
Would you make some
animals
tea
on
for
a
me,
live.
please? That's
There you
my
go.
boy. Thank
Did you see that, everyone?
George. And twirl. Good boy. And this way. Twirl. Nice. And sit. Good boy. Pause. Georgie, pray. George, pray.
He prays? Wow.
That's my boy. Good boy. Georgie, George, go around. Go around. Nice. And this way. One quick turn. Georgie, stay. And curtsy. Stay there. That's my boy. Sit. Big. Hold it. You want to speak? That's a good speak. Right, I don't think you will be wanting to drink that tea. So, Georgie, George. No, there's no helping yourself today. Georgie, come here. All right. Right. Okay, so you have earned it. Georgie, now this goes in the bin. Go on. Good boy. Thank you very much. That's a good boy. Right, you come over here. Georgie, come on. Up, up. Drop. Chin. That will do.
Well done.
That'll keep him busy.
Right, wonderful. Right. So now you can do that with all the dogs that come to you?
Well, they get trained to some standards.
Yeah.
It's obviously not this high, but acceptable in your day-to-day living. So
Yeah.
you can take them anywhere you want, off lead, on lead. So they listen to what you tell them, and they want to succeed at pretty much any task you give them.
Okay. And Jackie, obviously he looks like a very happy dog, very content. But what is it in your experience? First of all, what is it you do, and how can you tell if like a pet is happy?
Well, basically, I communicate with animals on a, like, using the word psychic. I can basically go in on the same wavelength and to their subconscious, and I can have a conversation. So people, you know, will send me, you don't have to be with the animal, they'll send me a photograph, and you can talk to them. So you can pick up information, you just introduce yourself to them and tell me you can talk to them and ask them to tell them about
What do
themselves.
they want the most, do you think, animals?
Basically, love and affection, stability, people to talk to them, not expect them to know things, just tell them things. There's too many problems with animals that people just expect an animal to know. Think, oh, it's a dog, of course it would know. And actually, you know, a lot of the time they don't. So I spend my life saying to people, just look on them like children, just talk to them and you'd be amazed what they can understand. And if you watch there, again, okay, this dog has been highly trained, but words he knows. And when I'm chatting to animals, they'll give me back basically what people say, so they do understand.
Okay then. And I mistakenly said something because we are going to show a video after the break of a dog that I called naughty. But then I realised afterwards that I was going to ask you actually both, is there such a thing as a naughty dog, or is it just that they're upset about something maybe, or they're maybe not been trained in the right way? What do you guys think?
Shall I start? Well, in my opinion, the well-behaved dogs are just the lucky ones, given by their owners the opportunity to develop the skills that are there naturally anyway. Dogs belong in a social environment. They, well, they designed, their genetic and behavioral makeup is to be a part of the human and animal sort of park. Not being put in that environment from the early age is what makes a naughty dog. So unfortunately, they don't come into this world naughty, but we make them that. And unfortunately, the dogs are the ones to pick the bill. They are the ones to be put to sleep.
So
they are the ones to,
well,
just to suffer. Yeah.
Occasionally, I will say there's some animals, like people, that, you know, have their own mind and they will just do it because they want to do it. But for example, labelling that dog as naughty, I actually had a quick word with them earlier and picked up some information which was verified. The fact that that dog, he kept making me feel like oppressed by like bigger dogs. And then I asked, has there been a bigger dog? Or did they have one? No. Then it transpires that the dog was in quarantine. This is a little dog, and basically he had all these other dogs around him, couldn't do anything about him. And actually,
did his carer tell you that?
Yes.
About the quarantine?
And I said, like, why am I feeling like I'm like fearful of other dogs? And like they were coming sort of like, I was feeling like I wanted to back off. And his action to me was coming across as fear, and I felt fear. And then also he was giving me like sort of putting a boundary around him and thinking, right, okay, well, if I can stop them there, they're not going to come near me. In a situation like that, I tend to explain to the animal that we understand that you were in a fearful place to you, and so would we be if we were just left in a room or whatever. But actually, you're safe in your environment. Other dogs are not going to attack you. People are going to look after them and keep them away from you and things like that. So I tend to talk to animals that way and try and explain it.
All right. So, I mean, Toby was quite different after all our experts here spoke to him and spent some time with him. But obviously, you know, given more time as well, that could, you know, be much more beneficial. But we just need to go to a quick break. Thank you so much for participating. We're just going to go to a quick break, and then we're going to show the video of Toby and how he was misbehaving before. Let's take a look. sorry, I didn't even hear the sound. Welcome back to the... See, I'm getting distracted by all the dogs that we're having on the set tonight. So before we speak to Sandra Strong, who actually trains dogs for film and TV, let's first take a look at an example of her work.
What? He's written you a song. Thank you for all the meaty sausages. Thanks for all the walls. You're so very wonderful. You're the best wife in the whole world, Mummy Bear. But you can't really tell that because he's just a bloke, really.
Okay, so behind that was Sandra Strong. Hello, Sandra. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
So we've all seen the advert
Many
before.
times,
so.
yes.
So how long did it take you to train a dog to do things like something like that?
That particular dog, it took me 2 weeks to train.
Okay.
Whereas somebody like perhaps Sammy,
So who's
or
which one's
Holly.
Sammy?
This is Sammy, that's
Sammy.
Holly.
They're adorable.
Who a completely different mentality would probably take about 24 hours. But something like a Labrador, you could probably train them to do that in about 15 minutes.
So how did you actually get into this line of work?
Well, it's a long story.
Try and shorten it much time.
I used to work in the theatre. Then I decided I wanted to work with animals, and then I decided to bring the two together.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's how it happened. But sort of from a veterinary nursing background to an animal behaviourist, and then I just brought everything together through the
And
training.
in your experience, why do animals or dogs in particular, why do they kind of misbehave or play up sometimes, do you think?
They're not misbehaving or playing up, they're behaving like dogs. That's the thing. And we need to teach them. We need to teach them at an early age that they need to fit in with their human counterparts. Otherwise, they continue to behave like dogs.
Can they be spoiled, do you think?
They can be spoilt within reason. I think you have to keep an eye on them and see what's happening. I mean, if you've got a very, I don't like to use the word dominant, but if you've got that sort of strong personality in a dog and you've got a big male neutered dog, you may not want him to sleep on your bed at night, because if your bed is a very important resource to him, then he may not let you or your boyfriend or your partner get back in it again, which I've had lots of problems with and I had to sort
That's
out.
not a good thing, right?
Not a good thing. I had a lady with 2 Dachshunds. She's very happy now. She's actually got a boyfriend.
Right.
And they wouldn't let any boyfriends in the bed,
right,
I'm
okay.
afraid. So, you know, they don't always have to be huge. These are little, but they're very assertive. So
And I know you're also actually doing some work with street dogs in India.
I've been fascinated by street dogs ever since I met some in Egypt, funnily enough. And it was interesting just to see how I thought, well, I'll have a little go at training them and see how receptive they are. And of course, you know, street dogs have to be bright to survive, and these were very bright. And I managed to train them to do quite a few things in the space of 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh, so they pick up quite quickly.
They pick up quite, they make the connection very, very quickly, and that's what you're looking for.
I think we've actually got a video as well that actually got you into this.
Well, I got into it by, I had an extraordinary job I had to do last year in Switzerland, where I trained dogs from a sanctuary to make an advert for a furniture company. And these dogs had one specific thing to do.
Should we take a look at the video first? Let's take a look first, and then Sandra can tell us about it.
Man sagt, Hunde und Herrchen gleichen sich. Pascha hier sucht noch ein Herrchen mit den gleichen Interessen. Und wir kümmern uns dafür um ihr gemeinsames Sofa. Mit Topcare vom Pfister gegen Schmutzflecken und Paschas. Adoptieren Sie jetzt auf pfister.ch/Pascha.
Okay, so that's how the whole idea started for the street dogs.
I went over there, and these dogs, you know, they're not like it's not like Bassie Dogs Home where all the dogs come from the UK. I didn't realise that when I got there. These dogs were coming from all over the place. You know, you're getting dogs from the beach, from Greece, street dogs from Morocco, dogs from Spain. I mean, and these dogs hadn't had owners. And so they hadn't been in a home and they hadn't been in a studio.
We've got some pictures actually of the street dogs as well. The
street dogs
that
in
you're
India.
working on.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some pictures as well. Wow.
Yes.
So
this is what they do. They're
big
foraging
problem
in rubbish the whole time.
Oh, the poor things. And how do people treat dogs over there in general?
Well, actually, they're not so bad. They're not so bad. But a lot of them, you know, they get very disorientated by the heat, and a lot of them get run over.
Oh,
so they don't have.
They're basically
the best
left on
of
their own. They don't really have owners.
No,
or...
and then then they're often rounded up, and awful things happen to them. And
so what are you actually aiming to do there then?
Well, I love this idea of what we did in Switzerland, and I'm trying to take that over there. I've been in touch with an amazing charity called Friendico that deal with not only just street dogs, but they deal with all sorts of wild animals. Like they helped to stop the singing, dancing bears over there, which was a horrible thing. And so we're looking into finding funding to get more spaying, more sanctuaries, and then ultimately to get these dogs into homes, because a lot of Indian people now actually are liking to have dogs in the home.
That's great.
They're coming round to them. A lot of the time they thought dogs were unclean, but now they want the dogs in the home. So, and they've realised, there's certainly a certain advantage that you've got a natural guard dog as well around. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, we do actually have a video to show you of Toby the dog. And like I said before, I mistakenly called him a naughty dog when in fact, I forgot her name, Jackie was saying, there's no such thing really as a naughty dog. Sometimes they just need to be understood. And we're going to take a look at him now, see the way he was behaving before. And you have had a bit of a chance to work with him a little bit. I know obviously you need a lot longer to work on him and stuff like that, but it's quite impressive what you did already with him. But let's take a look at the video first and then we'll be back. Hello, well I'm just about to meet up with a friend of mine and her naughty little dog called Toby. Now we're going to see if our experts can actually help with his behaviour problems. So let's go inside and find out. Hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
And here's Toby. Okay, so we see already. Hi Toby. How are you? So we can see already that he's quite excited. So Carla, how old is Toby?
Toby is 3 years old and he's going to be 4 in September.
Okay. And has he always been like this, like growling at people and stuff like that?
Yes, ever since he was young, he's been like this. Since we got him from a friend of ours in Namibia, and he's been like this ever since then.
And now I see he's got a muzzle on, and I know you keep it on like when you go out when there's other people around. Does he actually bite people?
He does. He has, in several cases, bit our friends.
Really?
He has bitten our friends. Yes.
Toby. Toby. Oh. Toby.
Did you see what I mean? Yeah, that's it. That's his reaction.
Okay.
So you can see what it's like. If he's really, really upset, he doesn't even know who he's biting. He bites anyone, even though the owner, myself, he will bite.
So as you can see, Toby does have a few behavioural problems, and we'd like to get to the bottom of why he's like this. Now, thankfully, the owners obviously are responsible when they do keep the muzzle on him when he's out in public, but it would be nice for him not to have to use the muzzle all the time and just be generally a friendlier dog. So, experts, what can you do to help him? Okay, now we have, joining us in the studio, we have Toby and we have Carla who looks after him. So hi guys. I'm trying not to look at him because last time I looked at him he tried to bite me, but I'm feeling a bit calmer now because you have actually worked with him a little bit, Sandra, and he's been quite well behaved at the moment. Now, why do you think he was behaving that way, or was it just like fright?
He's very scared, so he's, and this is his coping strategy. So he will growl. And when dogs growl, what they're saying is, I can't deal with what you're doing to me. I mean, it could be anything. You could be staring at them. You could be...
No, you're saying earlier dogs don't like to be stared at.
They don't like to be stared at. No, certainly not. They don't like sort of straight eye contact. To them, that's very rude. It's a sign of aggression. And it's always better to slightly avoid staring at your dog, always look past it. So
even your own dog that you're used to?
Well, you know, I mean, you can get away with a lot with your own dogs because they understand you. But certainly, you know, a dog you don't know, it will be very rude to go up and say, what a lovely dog, and stare right in its face, which a lot of people do, especially when you've got cute dogs like Toby. He's white, he's fluffy, you know, he's lovely. He's, but he's also giving off mixed messages as well. The front end is petrified, but I'm a little bit, you know, I'll wag the back end and try and give off that, but I really can't cope. He can't cope. This is the problem with him.
Now you showed Carla some calming signals before. Can you demonstrate a couple of those for us?
We've been doing calming signals. Do you want to actually try and take the muzzle off now?
Sure. Okay, shall I go? I'm going to turn this way for a little while.
So, hello, Toby. So as soon as Toby goes to look at me, I'm going to move away. And Toby's actually giving me a calming signal there. He actually looked away and he yawned, which is a great calming signal. It's horrible when we do it, because we have to turn away and we go like this, and you can do that with your dog. He's fixated on the camera at the moment, but you can see he's much more relaxed. He's much more relaxed around people. He's going to come and take a treat off of me, which is quite amazing. I'm not sure I would have done that if I'd have seen that video first. But you can see he's much calmer now, and this is because we're giving him calming signals. So the first calming signal is to just move your head away like this. If he looks towards you, you move your head away. The other thing he did when I had a little chat to him outside, we were doing nose dipping and lick lipping, which is this. And he actually did it back.
What does that mean to a dog?
He's actually giving me a calming signal back, saying, you know, thank you, basically, for understanding me. So I'm going to ask you not to stroke him so much, because if he is fearful, if you stroke a dog when they're fearful, you reinforce the fear.
Really? So that's so you immediately one would
so
think that would calm them down.
No, it doesn't. It actually makes it worse.
Really?
In fact, the best thing to do, especially if you've got a young puppy that's fearful, is if you just sit them on your lap so they can feel your heartbeat, so they know you're not afraid, then that's fine. But if you're going, oh, no, but don't do that, don't worry, you know, big hugs and whatever, it makes it worse.
Right.
So
he seems very calm at the moment, which is great. I'm trying not to look at him because I'm a little bit scared of him, I have to say.
Well, I can imagine after seeing that video.
Although I have fed him before, but that's before I knew that he'd bitten his owner, because I thought if he can bite his owner, he can definitely bite me. So.
Well, they can, it's sudden movements and things, and often when you find a dog is relaxing, and then you know, suddenly you get up. I mean, I have a Jack Russell is similar.
Yeah.
You know, I have to tell him, if he's sitting on my lap, I have to say, Jackson, I'm getting up now. Otherwise, you know, any slight movement, if he's in a deep sleep, will actually, you know, he'll wonder what's going on, and immediately he will bite. Yeah. But as long as you remember to tell him, he's fine.
He's fine. It was the boss thing.
Well, he was beaten. So,
yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
so, you know, it's totally different.
Carla, what's it like seeing Toby like this for a change?
Really impressive with so many people here, and he sees. It's really good to see that. He's really calm and submissive.
Yeah, that's really good. So seeing him like this now, Sandra,
so
would you say he's quite happy now?
I'm going to see if I can move him over to me. Yes, we've got tail wagging, and he's going to take a treat. So he's actually come out of his safety spot and moved over to me, which is fairly impressive.
And we've got like five people in the studio as well, behind the cameras as well. So I mean, it's quite good. So it's not just us here.
No.
So that's really
You've also
good.
said that when he's close to me, he's like in a protective state.
Yes.
If he goes that way, and then he'll start to slow down. Like now, if he's here and he's calm because he's next to me. When he goes to the middle, like you were saying, it means he's getting used to the surroundings.
Yes, he's getting his confidence.
Yeah,
and if you notice, we've got tail wagging, we've got tail up, and also he's distracted. So while he's distracted, he's building up his confidence. And food is a great distraction. So.
Okay.
As you can see.
Is there any other advice, Sandra, that you can give to people about how to train their dog? If, like,
training
in general. Because you do that. Do you do it on a daily basis, the training?
Yes, I mean we start with puppies and go all the way through to advanced training, and then training for the film work as well.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So would you advise in like Toby's case, should the owners still keep the muzzle on when going out in public, do you think?
For the time being, I mean, I think Toby needs some more work, and also the owners need to understand exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, if we all got up very suddenly now, Toby would be very frightened, and he would go straight back into the way he was before. Right. I think. Yeah. I mean, he was a dog, you don't know. But I would be surprised if he actually, you know, found a coping strategy to work that quickly. But he is coping. You can see he's coming to me. He's quite happy. I mean, there's a camera there, which is also quite scary for a dog because it's like a big eye looking at them. So, he's much more relaxed.
That's
he's sort
lovely.
of moved
That's
into
amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Carla, for bringing Toby on. Thank you, Toby. I'm not looking at you, but thank you very much for joining us as well. I'm doing my head movements like that. So it's been great to see him like this now. So after the break, we'll be speaking to Lisa Marie, who will be showing us some items to help brighten up your wardrobe in this very gloomy weather. So let's go to a break, and we're back after this. Welcome back to the Chrissy B Show. Well, before we speak to Lisa Marie, who's here to give us her fashion tips for the week, let's go to Flavia Liu in the US, who's going to give us a makeup tip for today.
Hi, welcome back to my fashion blog at Chrissy B Show. Today I'll be talking a little bit about eyes that are too deep. And my eyes are deep, so I decided to start talking about my own eyes. And you can check if your eyes are the same way by looking at yourself from the side. This bone here is, my eyes are deeper than this bone here. So if I wear dark colors and matte colors without any shine on it, it will create the illusion that my eyes are deeper than they are, and it will give me a sad, tired look, and we don't want that. So you should wear an eyeshadow that has some shine on, something pearl or something that has a little bit of shine on, and it has to be light, because that will make the light colors bring forward, and the dark colors, especially matte colors, will make them look deeper. So be careful with the colors, because it can make a huge difference on your makeup. If you have eyes like me, you should not wear anything dark. And the opposite too, if you have protruding eyes, and some people call it bubble eyes, you should not use light colors, especially with shine. You should use always dark colors, matte dark colors. So I hope I have helped you with this tip, and I see you next week. I hope you like it. And again, if you want to know more about me, you can email me, and I will be very glad to answer your questions.
Thank you, Flavia. I don't actually know what kind of eyes I have. Maybe I need to ask her, Sandra, or she's seen me anyway, so I will ask her. So let's say hi to Lisa Marie, who's here to tell us about the fashion tip for this week. Hi Lisa.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Horrible weather we've been having. What do we do? What about all the nice summer dresses that we wanted to wear and all that stuff?
It's actually the wettest July on record since records began, and they began in 1903. That's when they first started. So it's just been crazy all over the place, I think, which has been really depressing for the summer gear. Like all mine is packed away in the wardrobe, and
well, I've kept my stuff there just in case we have some sun.
Yeah, we have the brief sunshine. Like it came out for a period today. So apparently the weather is supposed to pick up, but until it does, I've come up with a few things that we can try to brighten up our wardrobe with anyway with this gloomy weather. Yeah. So if we can have the first item up for me, please. bread. Great colour to actually brighten everything up, as we can see by the couch that we have in the studio. So this red belted mac is £38 and it's from BHS. They also have it in a blue colour and also in, I think, a stone, the normal traditional kind of trench look. So £38 BHS, great investment, I think.
Now, even though it has been raining, because sometimes I'm a bit confused about what to wear, because the other day I actually literally went out with a pair of sandals and I took an umbrella as well. Because it's still actually quite warm.
Yeah.
Because something like that, I would look at that and think, it's not really the type of thing I would wear now, because, okay, it's raining, the weather's been quite gloomy, but it's still quite hot.
But it's something you can easily just take with you. It's a bit more lightweight than a coat, just in case of anything, and it's going to run off. The rain is going to run off more of that mac than it would like a coat, and stops you getting a little bit drenched. So it looks something to...
You can roll it up and put it in your handbag,
exactly.
Right?
It works with a trench. And the next picture, bright colours. You can't get brighter
That
than
looks like a
yellow.
Paddington bear. I don't know if I'd wear that. Sorry, I haven't just put someone's mac down, have I?
This is a yellow cape and it's from the website orbinaandwills.com. It's £75. Again, it's another investment. With the weather that we have in this country, you just don't know what it's going to be like. So it's something that can also be taken from not just this season, but you can also wear it on and on and on. Yellow's
at least, Samira, what would you actually wear it with? Because if, say, someone wants to look quite glamorous, they want to go out to dinner. I would probably wear it to go fishing or something.
This one is more of a casual jacket. So it is to be dressed down with, you know, jeans, accessorised with a funky pair of wellies, which we've got some of those coming up as well. It's good for like frolicking in the park, you know, chilling out on those kind of days. So it's more of a dress down cape. Yes, it is.
Waterproof.
Yes.
Okay then. Well, that's quite handy.
And
have you seen those? I think I see a lot of the tourists wearing these. You know, they wear their normal clothes and then they've got these see-through cape things.
That's a total no-no as far as I'm concerned.
I think it looks quite cute.
No.
Because at least people can see your clothes underneath.
But then it also says, I am a tourist. You can't get away from it. It's like, I am a tourist, or I belong at some kind of festival where that's the thing that they've actually brought out. I'm like, no.
No? Okay.
No, because if you listen to our choices, then you can be prepared for the weather.
That's true, okay.
So, next picture. This is a really great floral print, and this is a raincoat, and it's from Kath Kidston. And her niche is that she does all this kind of kitsch, 50s style floral outfit. So she does it with bags, she does it with so many different things, lots of things for the home. So this one is another one. It's easy enough to roll up, put in your bag. It's £35 from John Lewis, and that's really decent for her kind of designer wear. So you can roll it up in your bag. It's another one you can just easily take with you just in case. So invest in one thing like that, I would say so.
It's nice.
Yes. So I think that's all we've got for Mac. So our next category, I think, is wellies. So here's a great way to brighten up your day. Butterfly print wellies, £13 from Georgia Asda. This weather is so gloomy. So this could be nice, going through the park, jumping
I
in a
don't
few
think something
puddles.
like that suits me, because my mum-in-law bought me a pair of these wellies, and I think they were black with bright pink dots on them. And I kind of looked, I was like, and this is before they became really popular, but I just couldn't see myself. I've never tried the pair on, just because I don't think they would look nice on me, because my feet are quite, well, they're not exactly petite, my feet. So I'm just thinking something like that would just make me look like, I don't know,
not
cave woman or something.
But the thing is as well, with this weather, you're forever, you know, getting the sandals wet, the ballet pumps, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Because it's been constant. And sometimes, I don't know if it's happened to you, but the rain has just switched all of a sudden, and then you've got like rivers going down the road. Yeah. And rather than being caught out and getting your nice shoes ruined, put your nice shoes in a little bag and pop on a pair of wellies. Then you've got no problem. But also wellies are good for winter as well. So when we have snow and things like that. So it's really versatile. They are worth investing in.
No, I haven't, like I said, I haven't actually ever tried on a pair. Now in this which I might do now after what you've been saying. But in warm weather as well, wouldn't your feet sweat in those?
That's why when we've got some coming up, we've got something coming up that you can use to kind of combat that, which kind of help it. Okay. But so our next wellie is this one.
They're a bit better.
See, who says wellies can't be fashionable? Yeah. At the end of the day, with this kind of weather, we are just sodden. We're looking for a great fashion alternative. So like you just said, for people that maybe wellies have not been their first choice ever, how about this wedge one? This is $44.99 from woolstock.co.uk, and this is a nice mock croc version, so bringing it right bang into fashion if just a normal wellie isn't your thing. So something like that could work. You could wear something like that.
I would consider that,
There you go,
and
me too. Yeah, and I always love a heel. I say a heel goes with absolutely everything. Okay. So this is another little cute pair. Cute. If your long welly again is not for you, this is from boohoo.com and it's £18. So they also do a version in, I've seen it in Primark, all kind of similar prices. So around like the £10 and upwards mark. So if you're not like a fan of the welly that's going to come right up here, a nice little cute pair, still going to protect you. And
I do quite like them. I probably would try that on actually.
And a little burst of colour there with the little side bow. And so our final welly. This is the original welly. Hunters are like famed for all kinds of wellies. They're worn by celebrities, royalty, everything. They come in the normal, obviously green or black. This one is £85 from Hunters. They're also available in Topshop, in Selfridges. These ones are off the website, hunters.co.uk. But they are, as I said, it's the original welly, and they're going to last you forever and a day. They come in, they do so many different styles. They do day glow, they do black, they do biker boot style. Everything you can think of, you can get it from Hunters. And this is what I was saying earlier. This is welly socks from Hunters. They're £26. That particular pair is from asos.com. And they are a great accessory for your hunter wellies. So that if you're saying all about socks and about my feet sweating, stick a nice pair of welly socks in there and that'll help you.
What's different about the material than to normal socks?
The welly socks, it just means it comes up, if you can see, right up here and folds over the top of your welly. So you can actually accessorise. And I've seen like zebra print pairs and loads of different things, and literally so you can customise.
It look like you've got different Wellington boots all the time.
Yeah, you can customise your wellies to your outfit, to how you're feeling. They come in all sorts of different colours, shapes, everything. So it's a great accessory. And if you don't want to spend the money on a hunter boot, then you can just use the same welly socks to accessorise any kind of Wellington boots that you like. So
wow, that's great.
A really great tip there. Cheap way to update your wellies, update your outfit. So our next category, it's the thing that we all need. It's a brolly in this weather.
Oh, I like that.
There we go.
That's lovely.
A nice way to kind of perk yourself
up. Yeah, I would use that. Yeah.
This flamingo brolly is from totes.co.uk and it's £12.75.
Really?
And I prefer the dome kind of umbrella because I think it protects you a lot more against the wind getting underneath it and turning your brolly inside out. So I'm always a fan of the dome brolly. So that one's a really great one.
Okay.
And our next one, leopard print. Who can live without leopard print? I think all women love a bit of leopard print. A great way to update your wardrobe. That particular brolly is from River Island and it's £10. So again, if you want to accessorise, maybe you've got your leopard print shoes going on, leopard print scarf, final accessory, leopard print umbrella.
See, so now it's making us feel like we want it to rain just so we can use all that stuff now.
Well, it's got to have some kind of bad weather to be able to show it off, hasn't it? So our next one, let's be patriotic. We are 1 week away from the Olympics. So cheering on Team GB because they're also predicting that it could be the wettest Olympics on record as well. I know. So that one is from Fulton at Selfridges and it's only £12. So if you are lucky enough to go to the Olympics, you know, and you're in that Bird's Nest Stadium, or no, that was in China, isn't it? Our stadium at Olympic Park. And if you're underneath, so if you're out of the protected part, there you go, get a nice brolly, get yourself on telly.
Imagine any sporting event,
any sporting event, so you know, so anyone can see who you are, just like, I'm the one with the Union Jack umbrella.
Wow.
I think that's a good idea. So our next brolly, now we know that we cannot...
way back from the 1920s.
This is a wedding umbrella, again from totes.co.uk, because you can't predict this weather. And as tradition goes, like June and July, they're quite big wedding months. A lot of people like to get married in those months because traditionally,
brides that, you know, getting all the rain.
Traditionally, it's supposed to be summer months. We know come end of July is when like kids break up from school and things like that. But if unfortunately it has rained on your big day, then here's a way for you to stay dry, looking cute under there with your new husband. You know, a nice umbrella. It's £25 from, again, totes.co.uk, and they are also stockists in Debenhams as well.
Now, if you weren't actually getting married and you wanted to use that umbrella somewhere, would you?
Oh,
where would you say you could use it? Would you?
I would wear it, yeah, because it's a fashion accessory. So why not? It's cute. It's really nice. White, again, was supposed to be like one of the colours for summer, wherever it is. So if you go in there with your nice white outfit, top it off there, a nice little white umbrella too. Just be careful of where you're walking under, because being stained on a white umbrella, not a good look.
That's true.
And then to keep everything in, you know, your nice little pocket umbrella, we've got this next item, which is a bag from Zara. It's $29.99 and it's a patent bag, which is important because even though we've got all nice canvas bags out there on the high street, this weather, not good enough. So any kind of patent bag so that the rain can run off it rather than soak in it is a great accessory.
Okay. Right, thank you so much, Lisa Marie.
No
now
problem.
I'm looking forward to a bit of rain. I'm going to go and get accessorised and get all my brollies and like maybe I'll get a pair of welly boots as well. But definitely those socks I think will be great. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
And you'll be joining us again next week with some more fashion tips. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for today's programme. Monday's show is all about growing old gracefully and how you shouldn't dread the later years, but actually embrace them and have some fun. So before we go, let's go to this funny YouTube video. Have a great weekend and we'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye for now.